Hi everybody, my name is Rachel, and let's get ready for this what I eat in a day. Okay, so I decided to make breakfast sandwiches this morning, so this is me just frying up some bacon until it's nice and crispy, of course. We can't have soggy bacon on breakfast sandwiches. Okay, so this morning I wanted a coffee. I usually don't drink coffee every day, but today I was feeling an iced coffee, and I drink decaf because I can't handle caffeine. So this is me just adding the creamer that I usually use, which is French vanilla from Wawa. It's non-dairy, and I moved my coffee whilst making a mess from a hot mug to an iced mug just because I prefer iced coffee versus warm. The best part about cooking is sampling as you go, so yeah, I had to test the bacon. So here I am, I'm just cracking in 4 eggs to like an incredibly hot pan. I just reused the bacon pan because it already had bacon grease on it, so I didn't need to respray it. We are innovative over here. Once the eggs were hot and sizzly, I just added some salt and then some pepper. This is me struggling clearly to flip the eggs, but it's okay because I didn't pop any of the yolks. I wanted the runny yolk for the sandwich, so when I squish the bread, it oozes out and all that yolk is nice and gooey, and I can dip my leftover bread in it. So an essential part to any of my breakfast sandwiches is like golden toast, perfectly crispy golden toast, not burnt or anything, and these came out perfect. So I'm adding some American cheese here, and I'm using lactose-free Go Veggie cheese because I'm lactose intolerant, and I hate the way they package this cheese with the individual plastic wrap, but it's the only cheese I can get right now. So after the cheese, I was putting on the hot eggs, so I did 2 eggs per person. Once the eggs are on, it's time for the bacon. So I'm adding about 3 slices per sandwich, and I'm just breaking it up so it kind of fits better on the sandwich itself, but that's not necessary if your bread's big enough. And here is my gorgeous finished product. Both sandwiches were clearly demolished by both parties. So after breakfast this morning, we decided to take a trip over to the local farm. We're a part of a CSA program as a family, which is a crop sharing program. So once a week we head over to this farm and we pick up our produce. This week, part of the CSA had us picking our own tomatoes and our own blackberries. And usually we get more produce than that, but this week they were putting in the fall crops, so they didn't have time to harvest anything else, so it was a you pick this week. So here I am picking some of the first tomatoes, and oh my god, they're just beautiful. I absolutely love this part of the CSA. I love coming out and picking my own produce. I just find it so rewarding. Not to mention the fact that I eat like a good amount while I'm out there, because you know, it's available, it's pesticide free because everything's organic, and I feel totally safe eating it. Like, I love that. I love that fresh produce. Here I am with the first handful of baby cherry tomatoes, and these are like more orangey than red, but I'm telling you, they were so sweet. Oh my god, it was like eating candy, like literally candy. So here I am picking blackberries, and I'm telling you, they were so sweet. Like, I probably ate more than we picked, and we picked a whole quart, like a lot of blackberries, and I just devoured any ones that I could get my hands on, really. So this is everything we picked, all the blackberries and all the tomatoes. This is me after we've already finished picking, picking a snack for myself for the way home, because I just could not stop eating these blackberries. Like, they were so good. So now it's dinner time. We got back from the farm, put everything away, cleaned up. This is me frying up some pork sausage, just because I had this in the freezer and I needed to use it. But it's pizza night, so once the sausage is all fried up and cut into these little bite-sized pieces, you can see, we're making meat lovers pizzas. So I have dairy-free Parmesan cheese, dairy-free mozzarella, 2 different types. So one's cashew milk and one's almond milk. All of these things are from Trader Joe's. The Delalo pizza sauce, because I had leftovers in the fridge. Normal olive oil and some pepperoni. So here's the pizza crust that I used. They're just 2 standard, pizza crusts from Trader Joe's. They were in the frozen section. And all I did was take one out and smother it in a ton of oil. I like to oil all the little holes. And I use this pan with holes so that I get a crispy bottom. And then this is just some pizza sauce on there. In the corner, you can see that tub of red sauce is just homemade sauce that I will use for the next pizza because I ran out of the Delalos. And I'm just adding all the cheeses, basil, salt, and then just the pepperoni and the sausage. Now I'm just putting the pizza in the oven at 420 degrees Fahrenheit for 13 minutes. So the bottom gets nice and crispy and the cheese is all melty. I'm clearly very excited to get this pizza out of the oven because I'm telling you, it smelled so good. And just look at that. It's so bubbly. It turned out to be like a delicious pizza. I haven't made at-home pizza that good in a while. It was delicious. I also ate half of it by myself. So after the pizza, I decided to sit on the couch and give the cat a massage. This is Millie. She loves belly rubs, and she will yell at you until you decide to give her pets. And you can see how happy she is. She's making biscuits on the couch. She was just so content with life, and I can't blame her. I want to be her. We ended up staying like this for a good bit afterwards. She just got a 20-minute massage and enjoyed all of it. I call her my little marshmallow. I love this cat. Look at her. Isn't she so adorable? So after Millie's massage came time to make dessert. We decided to make these sugar-free brownies from Pillsbury. And I was clearly fighting to open the bag. And instead of exploding, I decided to give up and get a pair of scissors and open it. But we decided to go sugar-free just because we have family members who are trying to watch their sugar levels but still want to enjoy sweets once in a while, so that's the option that we took. And I have to say, if you told somebody and you blindfolded them and you just, gave them these brownies, they probably couldn't tell the difference. And by the way, in that mug there's water, so I had to add in 3 tablespoons of water. But I didn't have a clear mug, so that's how it ended up in that mug. All I was doing here was just mixing the ingredients together. Brownie mix is super easy because you don't need a mixer. You can literally do it by hand. And yeah, so it saved me a bunch of dishes, which I love. Once I finished mixing the batter, I just sprayed this pan and poured the batter in. Key tip, use a rubber spatula so you get all of the batter and you leave nothing behind because you want as many brownies as possible. From there, all I did was just spread it around in the pan so it got to all sides and it was even all around. This part is completely optional, but I really wanted to add extra chocolate, so I decided to just sprinkle on a few extra chocolate chips here and there. And I just patted them down with a spatula to make sure, they got into the batter. From there, I just put the brownies into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 minutes. The batter was then sampled by my cameraman. So here I'm just prepping to take out the brownies from the oven. I just pulled out a toothpick so I could check to see that they're done, and all I did was poke around the sides and make sure the toothpick came out clean, and I checked the middle just because, and the toothpick came out clean, so we were good to go. Now look at those brownies. You just look at them. They're gorgeous. They then turned into beautiful brownie sundaes with whipped cream and vanilla ice cream. I ate this whole thing and had zero regrets. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next week with a new video.